All right, Shalom. First and foremost, like always, I'm giving all praise, honor, and glory and fear to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who lead and rule our nation, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that's striving for salvation during these electrifying and exciting times. And a few sisters that's tuning in, I say Shalom. So what you see, well, first and foremost, let me give a quick apology. I've been having trouble getting my videos up. I've had issues with, you know, recording and then the sound not being there or the sound be there, then it just cut out. Esau's he's doing all kind of wicked stuff, just being his normal self and making it difficult. Him along with Satan, making it hard and difficult to get videos up and running. So, I apologize for that, and I plan on hopefully not having so much trouble with this situation. But it is what it is. We just keep pushing on. But what you see in front of you is, you know, this video should have. The reason why I made the apology, because this video should have been up already, because this is a demonic month. January is one of the most demonic months of the year. This is, it comes. You just had an end of a fiscal season or a quarter, and then you start in the beginning of a quarter, and that's why you see all these different stuff on TV trying to get you to buy things and sell things, because they don't like having, ending the year with bad quarters, like as far as their yearly sales and things like that. So they push, programming through television commercials to get you to try to buy things. And everything now with COVID going on is everything is order online. They want you to get online buying stuff, and they're trying to, get the economy stimulated and all this thing. And that's why you have this issues with the stimulus, the stimulus package and all this unemployment and all this stuff. It all plays into, their whole plans of how they try to, because they want to get you buying and buying and buying and things like that, because you can't really go out and do things like that. So they want you buying and making purchases. So when they bring forth the chip, in order for you to continue doing these things, you're gonna have to get chipped. So it's all part of, their selective programming of how they try to influence the masses, so they basically marinate you, getting you nice and seasoned and ready to be cooked. That's how they operate. And then, this month, Martin Luther King's so-called birthday or so-called holiday was celebrated a few days ago. And also the inauguration, which was nothing but a ritual. That's why they had those colors that, they have the yellow and the red and the different hand Illuminati hand gestures that you see throughout. It's nothing but a ritual. But people celebrate, in this America's holidays. And one of our national holidays that they present is the celebration of Martin Luther King's curse day, or the day he was born, his birthday or whatnot. But if you see here, you see this man was juiced in. This man was, elbow to elbow with the elites, primarily the international banking families. So I'm going to click on right here. This is a picture of, and it says MLK was a sellout. It says when you realize that the Rothschilds funded the Martin Luther King civil rights movement, you begin to get a glimpse of the whole social science experiment. Domination, power, and control is rarely gained through war, because it's mainly gained through sellouts and manipulation, mental manipulation. They use this guy, Martin Luther King, to basically sell you jakes out. And that's why one of the last statements Martin Luther King made is that he feared that he led his people into a burning house. Because you were just nothing but the bait they used for the snare or the trap for our people. I had a dream speech and how you wanted to bring, our people together, the so-called Negroes together with the so-called white or Caucasians. You wanted to integrate. You want integration. The Bible is full of separation. The Bible pushes have the segregation. That's our people weren't supposed to be rubbing elbows and clinging onto these people. That's not what we were supposed to be doing. This is nothing but a trap unto us. This picture here, you see, he's with Jacob Rockefeller. Jacob Rothschild. Down here, so like down at the bottom, he's with Nelson Rockefeller, and at the top is the picture with him and Jacob Rothschild. This man was clearly, on an alliance with them. And they let him do all the stuff until he started to what? Until he started to rebel it. Then they had to put him down. But it was prophecy anyway. So let's go into the scriptures. This is Nahum. This is Nahum 3:1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! The bloody city is America. It is full of lies and robbery, and the prey departed not." That's how this country was founded and established on lies and robbery, rape, murder, and they stole this land. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and the prancing horses and the jumping chariots. Those are your modern day vehicles, your modern day cars. Your motorcycles, your cars, your vans, your SUVs, your trucks. It says the horsemen lifted up both the bright spear and the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is there's none end of their corpse. They stumble upon their corpse. That's how many dead bodies you're gonna be seeing. You're gonna be seeing all these different dead bodies. This is because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mystery of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft. Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirt upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms of thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. So this is the fate of America, because America's full of witchcraft. It's full of lies and robbery. So basically, that inauguration was just one big witchcraft, one big ritual, one big demonic, really like a extravaganza for them. This is what they do. This is what they love to do. This is Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands." Like I said, this place is built upon witchcraft, man. Whoredoms and iniquity, evil. This is what their witches and their warlocks do behind the scenes. You best believe that when they had that inauguration going, there was witches and warlocks in the background, in the scenes, in the unseen, casting out spells, like casting out curses on people, and sending demons and sending spirits on people. This is what they do. Verse 2, "They covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage." Because that's what they took. They took you Israelites' place. They've said that they're God's chosen people, and that they're the Jews, and they took your heritage and they took your identification as God's chosen people, and they made you think you're a Gentile. Verse 3, "Therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for the time is evil." And these are the times we're in. These are evil times that's coming, man. These are these times that we have, that we're moving forward into in the year 2021. It's going to be a lot more evil times, a lot more demonic things that's going to be placed upon your life. Things they're gonna slowly but surely start to eradicate things. You're gonna see a militarized cities, police state, a militarized police state. You're gonna you think the mask they're gonna put more stipulations on this COVID-19, and there is more and more evil. The Most High is gonna bring more and more evil and judgment to this place. This is Jeremiah 23 and verse 25. And we're going to get into this whole situation with Martin Luther King. It says, I have heard what the prophet said that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. Because he has that famous I have a dreams speech where he dreamt that little black boys and little black girls shall be playing and integrating and being amongst little white girls and little white boys, ending segregation. That's the dream that he had, and it went beyond that because they wanted our people to mingle and mix with their people. How long shall this be in the hearts of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of deceit of their own heart, because that's not what the Most High wanted for our people. Our people weren't to never, ever join unto the other nations, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams. And that's what you do when you integrate with them, with that dream, with their dream speech and the integration of our people with their people and people living amongst and being among. I mean, not just living, but actually marrying, making whole families and mixing the holy seed. You cause our people to be farther away from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and to live upon their ways, which is living in sin, which bring forth heavier curses on us, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their father have forgotten my name for Baal. I'm going to jump down to verse 31. Behold, I am against the prophet, said the Lord, that use their tongue and say, he said. Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, said the Lord, and do tell them and cause my people to err by their lies and by their lightness. Yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore, they shall not profit this people at all, said the Lord. And that's how you know that Martin Luther King wasn't a man of the Lord. He wasn't sent by the Most High, and he wasn't teaching and following what the scriptures say. It was actually going the opposition of what the scriptures tell us to do. He wasn't telling our people who they were. And if you think he didn't know who God's chosen people really was, then you're sadly mistaken. He knew who God's chosen people were. And he knew he was leading them into this, into an entrapment, into a snare. Why else would he make a comment saying, I fear that I have led my people into a burning house? You knew that house was on fire. Don't tell me you didn't know. You don't tell me that he didn't know what the so-called white man was capable of. And why would the so-called white man be this way with our people, but then all of a sudden they're writing speeches for him because he did not write that speech. He has Edomite wrote that speech for him. And why would they want our people? Why would they want that? Why would they fund his whole movement, the whole civil rights movement? Why would they get behind that? The next scripture, this is Joshua 23 and 11. It says, take good heed, therefore, unto yourselves, that ye love the Lord your power. Else if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go in unto them, and they to you, know for a certain that the Lord your power will no more drive out any of these nations from before you. Meaning he won't deliver us and save us from them, get them away from us. But they shall be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your sides, and thorns in your eyes, until ye perish from off this good land which the Lord your power had given you. And that took place and is taking place to this day. We were taken off our land and we've been scattered all across the world, and we've been up under mixing with these other nations, and the part of the snare has been the curses that's overtaking us and destroying us, and then actually these nations destroying us, our people. These nations benefiting off of our people. These nations torturing and killing our people. The so-called white man, Esau, Edom, as a Bible, as his biblical nationality, to this day takes no day off when it comes to putting his foot in you Israelites' asses. That's what happens on a daily basis, and it's only happening to our people. That's how you know who the scripture's talking to, because there's no other nation that's suffering like you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and Seminole Indians. You're the only ones that's suffering in these ways. That's why it's a snare and a trap, because as soon as you united and mingled among these other nations and started to make marriages with them and started to have children with them, that's when this started happening on a heavy, high level to you. There's other nations that are mixed with each other, but this doesn't apply to them. You can see there's Moab and Ammon. The Moabites and Amorites mingle with the Edomites. Neither one of them are suffering from this. You don't see so-called Asians getting gunned down in the street. You don't see this happening to the other nations. It's only happening to you Israelites, to you Jakes, because you're God's chosen people, and it was told to you not to do these things. It will be a snare and a trap and a scourges in your side and thorns in your eyes. Man. And that's happening to our people on a high, heavy level. This is Deuteronomy 13, starting from the top. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and given thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass, wherefore he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them, thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet and that dreamer of dreams, for the Lord of your power proveth you to know whether ye love the Lord your power with all your hearts and with all your